can I now request Member of Parliament Shabana Mahmood? We just want to find out how Shabana is going to play active role in Parliament for the Kashmir cause.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm very sorry. I have less than 4 minutes because I need to. I've got another. I'm in the Shadow Home Affairs team, and I have another engagement to get to as well. So I do apologise for the slightly rushed nature of my comments. But let me first declare my own interest, which is that I am myself of Kashmiri origin. My family hail from the Mirpur district of Kashmir. We hail from the village of Babyam, which has a number of claims to fame, not all of which are ones that I will divulge today, but its primary one is that it was the first village to be emptied for the building of Mangla Dam, which many Kashmiris in this country have some link, a dislocation link with Mangla Dam, and that is the same history that my own family has. As a result of that, our village and my family were split into 3, and my immediate family relocated near Dina in the Punjab in Pakistan. So I always say, in relation to all the different elements of my own identity, I am first British, English, and more importantly a Brummy. But in my original identity, I have the best of both worlds because I get to be a Mirpuri Kashmiri and I get to be a Punjabi Pakistani. So I feel like I have the best of everything. Needless to say, as a result of that, I have grown up with the Kashmir issue very much alive in my own household. And always understanding it to be something that runs very deep in the nature of Kashmiris who are and have made their homes here in Britain. And obviously I have grown up knowing it and understanding it, and therefore having an instinctive as well as a political belief in the support for the self-determination of the Kashmiri people, which is something that every single British Kashmiri that I know believes very passionately in. And I think that we've got many, when you're trying to resolve something that's such a long-running problem and a long-running issue, you've got to look for your opportunities wherever they arise. And I think that the rise of India as a global economic power, a country that much of the world desperately wants to do business with, which Britain wants to do more business with, which America wants to do more business with, gives us an opportunity. Actually, we shouldn't shy away from that opportunity, because as the world does seek to make a bigger economic partnership with India and access to its markets, we should therefore push Kashmir further up the agenda, because no global superpower or emerging superpower or wannabe superpower should have an area of such dispute and conflict within its disputed territory. So that is an opportunity for us to organise around. Also the fate of Pakistan, which has many more deep-rooted issues and has suffered greatly from natural disaster in the last few years, in particular the floods in recent weeks, which I was lucky enough to go out and see myself, the damage that's been done. Again, there is global attention for different reasons on Pakistan, and again that gives us an opportunity actually to continue to raise the issue of Kashmir and to help the world to understand that it is a conflict that goes to the heart of the relationship between the two countries, which are both nuclear powers. It is also something that affects diaspora communities across Europe and also the States, and therefore is something worthy of time and attention and hopefully peaceful resolution ultimately too. So I think we take those opportunities wherever we can find them. I think, if I may offer polite criticism of the Kashmiri community in this country, in Europe and also across the world, is we're very good at making speeches and talking a lot about the issue. We are less good at practical measures to try and raise the issue and put it higher up the agenda. And I will give one example, which is that when I was recently out in Pakistan trying to raise awareness of the flood-affected areas and some of the difficulties that Pakistanis are facing in coping with the floods, Sadiq Khan, who is the Shadow Minister for Justice, and myself, we're both out there together. We tried to speak a great deal about a campaign being run by the One campaign, which is to talk about the freezing of Pakistan's debt to the world for maybe up to 2 years in order to assist the country in coping with the devastation created by the floods. And I mean, the initial target for the One campaign's petition before a meeting at the IMF was only 50,000 signatures, and when Sadiq and I came back, we were still only stuck on about 49,000, and very few from here in Britain, even though we tried to raise it as much as possible in the ethnic minority media in this country. And that's only signing a petition. You know, we're not particularly good at utilising campaign methods in this country to bring our issues to the forefront, and I do think that that's a real missed opportunity for us, because I get hundreds of letters and emails from different campaign groups across the country, whether that's people campaigning for universal jurisdiction, whether that's people campaigning for, you know, retaining the ban on fox hunting. Literally my inbox every single day is full of campaigning emails, and I promise you I never get anything about Kashmir, and everyone knows I'm a Kashmiri, so I must be getting something if it was being put out there, but clearly there's very little in terms of an organised campaign of emailing every single member of parliament and saying this is a massive issue and you need to worry about it and you need to try and do something to help. We don't do that, and we do need to do that, because that is the way that you get the issue into people's minds. That's how you keep reminding people, you keep banging on at them, because when they get those emails and when we get those letters, we have to ask our researchers to help us come up with a policy response to them, and that's when you turn your mind to these issues, and that's when you give yourself a chance to think about them. And so we do need to be much better at actual on-the-ground grassroots campaigning around this issue, rather than what we're better at, which is you know, larger scale conferences and so on. And I think it's a combination of the two. We've done very much of the first and very little of the latter. We need to combine the two if we're ever to get this issue at the forefront of the minds of British parliamentarians. There has been sterling work that has been done in the past, and we won't build on it properly in the way that we should until we start campaigning much better. And I hope obviously to be at the forefront of that and to offer whatever assistance that I can. But I do say to people, if a grassroots-led campaign, a movement of letter writing to your local newspaper, a movement of emailing your member of parliament, letter writing to your MPs, you know, those kinds of things, petition gathering, have a petition, deliver it to number 10, those kinds of measures are the ones that get it up the priority agenda, and those are the ones that will ultimately lead to greater time and greater focus being put on this issue, with a view to helping respect the rights of the Kashmiri people and resolve the issue peacefully once and for all. So I do hope that those are comments that people will take on board, and of course any assistance that I can offer in that is always available, and I'm always happy to assist. Thank you very much.